just so weird.
I've introduced you to so many things, okay? Energy hugs, 3, 2, 1, clap. All these weird quirks, okay? So you can't say that I'm all that bad.
No, you're not bad. And you gave me cupcakes. I have a feeling you just wanted to fatten me up so you can, like, in relative terms, be like, yeah, I burned so many calories and she's been
How can I make you fatter?
Look, there's food baby in there now. Today, we're in Melbourne, Australia, meeting with female millennial entrepreneur Grigoria Kritsotelis. Hello, G.
Hi, Lolita.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so Josh, stop laughing. It's weird because I really know her, so it's not like
I know.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about your journey into entrepreneurship. How did you become an entrepreneur? What's the backstory?
Well, it was probably, I left high school and I started my first degree. It was a Bachelor of Arts, double major in politics and European studies. And one day my uncle, my mum's cousin, comes over to my house and he's a jeweler.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings his jewelry to me and he's like, do you want to ask your friends if they want to buy any? And I thought, actually, yeah, I'll do that. So I grab his jewelry and I start asking around, having a few little jewelry parties and things like that. I'm like, I really like this. I really like that concept and how to market it to people and how to get them to buy and pretty little packaging and all of these little things. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go online and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of jewelry stock. And I did. And my first order was $300.
Wow.
And that was a lot of saving for me then. So I spent $300 and I ordered, I think it was about 80 pieces, which is quite a lot. And I sold them and I made quite a lot of money, definitely over doubled my money. And I thought, I'm going to do this again. And I did it again. And then I ended up building a little empire, a little business with my jewelry that I used to do markets and jewelry parties and have other people sell my jewelry and wholesale and all of those types of things. So that was the first big project that I did. But all throughout high school, I loved helping other students and helping other students. I wanted to write a book about students building business and all of these things. So it's always been in my blood, and both my parents own their own business. So I wanted, to follow on with that. But definitely the jewelry was my first ignition into the entrepreneurial world.
So the opportunity to start this jewelry business actually sort of fell in your lap with you already having a passion in it, and it just sort of fell in place and you got started, didn't even know you were an entrepreneur.
No.
And then you loved it, and I know now you're doing something different. So how did you go from jewelry to something different?
So basically I was selling my jewelry throughout my first degree and into my second degree. My first degree was unrelated to jewelry at all. It was just politics and European studies, so very social science, but I was enjoying it. It was something on the side, and I had a stand at the Royal Melbourne Show, and I sold a lot of jewelry, and I had really invested in this business. When I finished the first degree, I had the choice, either go on and to do a PhD, do a second degree, or continue on with my jewelry business. And I really thought about what I love and what my heart is telling me. And I came to realize that although I love jewelry, it is not my ultimate passion. It is not my bigger goal. It's something that I enjoyed for the time period that I was doing it, but my life was heading in a different direction. So basically I had always loved creating things. So friends would ask me to create invites for their, birthday party, or design this, or make little cute party favors. I loved hosting events at my house and my own birthday parties and all of those types of things. So I thought, what is this? So I thought, I love the whole advertising world and the marketing world and all of this. So I decided to do a business marketing degree. And because both my parents owned businesses, I wanted to learn a bit more about, how I could get into that sort of a world. So that's what I did. When I started my marketing degree, I did fall in love with it. At first, I really hated the theoretical approach, but I started learning so much about business and about people and about the way people interact with each other. And I really loved that world. So I wanted to learn more about it. So that was where my shift went from. I left the jewelry world and I moved into the business marketing world. And that's now my new passion.
I mean, because you have a business now. What happened and how did it come to life?
Okay, so I finished my degree in about November, and I had made a friend at university who through our final year, we had supported each other a lot through a number of subjects and, in the struggles and applying jobs. And basically, we wanted to just catch up, see how the job search was going, the job hunt. I knew that she was also not successful in her application process. And we decided to catch up for coffee one night. So we met up for coffee, and we were never great friends at university. We just, more so acquaintances, we knew each other. We met up for coffee, and she goes, I have an idea for you. I'm like, okay, shoot. And she goes, how do you feel about, and I could hear how hesitant she was in her tone of voice. She goes, how do you feel about starting a marketing consulting agency with me? I go, okay. She was expecting me to be like, no, that's so nice, but thank you, and walk away. I was like, okay, let's do it. She goes, what do you mean? What do you mean, let's do it? Okay, let's do it. Do you want to do this? I know my stuff. I knew that she was an A-grade student. I was an A-grade student. I said we had a lot of experience, me with small business, her with a larger corporation. And I said, let's do it. She goes, okay. So we ended up spending the next 6 months just planning, just talking, understanding where we both were at, what we wanted in life, what we wanted from the business, how we were even going to start selling services. Given that we were graduates and we had minimal experience, how were we going to sell ourselves to the world and, create a business? And then once we had decided on those elements, it was about branding ourselves and, again, how much we were going to charge and how we were going to market ourselves. Given that we're a marketing consulting agency, you'd think that we'd do that pretty good. So we knew a lot of things, but that's basically how our baby came to life.
Wow, that was a beautiful birth. Yeah, so I have to ask you, when you were talking about it, when you made the decision, okay, I'm going to partner up and I'm going to build this new business, what was the priority in your mind? Was it just to create something, or was it because you saw the specific marketing agency as a vehicle to do what you love and live the life you want to live? Or was it just like, the job thing, the traditional path isn't what I want, so I'm just going to go down this path?
Well, that's an interesting question. For me personally, I can't speak for both of us, but for me, I've always been multi-passionate. I've always wanted to do so many things, and still I want to do so many things. So when we did sit down that day and she spoke to me, the first thing I had said to her is that you need to understand that for me, I already have a million plans in my life, and I love this idea, and that's why I wanted to take my business, because I knew that a marketing consulting agency would allow me to help people the way I want to help them, in a really genuine way, right? Help other people build their businesses when they have fear and they're struggling and they feel lost in the industry. So it was an opportunity for me to be happy doing what I love and live the life I want to live. It meant that I didn't have to do a 9 to 5. I could work any hours I wanted to, and I was in control of my creativity. That was a very important thing for me. All these jobs I was applying for, what I hated is that they wanted to limit my passion, and I'm a naturally creative person. I'm an ideas person. I love innovating and thinking of new things and concepts and ways of doing things, but I wasn't able to do that through applying for an actual 9 to 5 job. So this way we were able to do that. We were able to use our strengths, and literally I love my job. I'm always posting on Facebook, I love my job, because I'll talk to an amazing person, or I'll meet someone new, or I'll be doing a project where I love it. I love everything about it. So I'm literally doing what I love and living the life I want to live every single day.
That is so beautiful. And that it sounds like it just came to you. Like the universe has just spoken to you in every single step of the way, whether it was, I want to educate myself, I want to start a jewelry business, and then even this, it sort of came to you and you just accepted it with open arms.
Right.
And it was almost like, from what I'm hearing, you already had clarity in what you wanted, and it was just this beautiful marriage that just came together. That's exactly how I'm seeing it? Am I catching
my whole
it?
life. I feel that whenever you ask the universe for anything, it delivers. And my whole life, as you said, because I was clear, clarity is so important. I knew what I wanted. All that was missing was the universe giving it to me, and it did in every way, and it continues to provide to me. I know, once I know what I want and I'm very clear with what I want, I ask the universe, and the universe always provides.